my name's Eric, and this is Cooking with Curly. Even though the turkey's all gone and Thanksgiving's over, doesn't mean that we can't enjoy a delicious southern side dish. Today we're going to cook Curly's mac and cheese. With the ingredients, I've got about 4 tablespoons of flour, about 4 tablespoons of butter, got some salt to season the pasta water, some sharp cheddar cheese, some milk, and some pasta. I'm using shells because I like the way they taste with the cheese that gets stuck inside of the shell. Alright, now that our water's to a boil, we're going to start by adding salt to the water. Okay. Let's add our pasta. And let's give it a stir. Okay. What we're going to do next, we're going to preheat our front up. It's taking a little while. Ooh. Alright, put it on about medium heat. We can throw our butter into it. What this is called is a roux. And what that is just adding a fat and a flour. It becomes a binder and it makes it thick. Makes our sauce thick. Our butter's just about completely melted. We're going to stir it around, make sure it gets all over the heat. Then we're going to add our flour. That'll thicken it up. The reason that we're doing this is to make a thicker sauce. A lot of people in the South, what they'll use is they'll use eggs. And I found that this seems a lot easier, and I'm just not a huge fan of the eggy taste. Okay, this is pretty much melted. We can add our equal parts of flour, our 4 tablespoons of flour, and then stir it. And this, you'll see that this will thicken up really, really fast. What we're going to do is we're going to cook out this floury taste by letting it come a little bit higher heat. Once we get that done, we're going to add the milk, then our cheese, and our pasta is almost completely done. Our flour and our butter are starting to get nice and thick. You can see that. Getting pretty close to being able to add our milk. Alright, it's about time to add our milk in. We've got about 2.5 cups of milk right here. Add it slowly. It gets thick as you go. I try not to add it all at once so that I make sure that it's not too thick. Or too thin, actually, sorry. Okay, let's keep it going. Once this comes up to a boil, we'll know how thick it's actually going to be and whether we'll need to add a little bit more flour or a little bit more milk. You can let this sit for a little bit, and I'll show you once it gets up to a little bit of a rolling boil how it looks. Right here you can see that it's thickened up a lot. It's still a little bit thin, but when we add our cheese it's going to thicken up a little bit more. We're going to add about 1.5 cups of this cheese. The rest we're going to use to top the actual mac and cheese when we put it in the oven. Let's see, a little bit more. Let's see how that looks. Let's turn the heat off. That way we don't burn our cheese. Oh, look at that color. Can you see it? It's starting to turn like a pale yellow. This is going to be really good. This is about the time that you can add some salt and some pepper to it. Don't add too much salt because the cheese has salt in it, along with the pasta water. It has seasoned the pasta itself. So add a pretty good bit of pepper because this little bit of pepper is seasoning the whole entire meal. And as you can see, it's thickened up a lot now. Alright, our pasta seems to be done, so we're going to come over here and bring it over to the colander. Watch out, this water is very hot. Make sure you're not to burn yourself. The steam can be just as hot, if not hotter. Throw that off to the side. Get our pasta water, or our pasta right here. Let's bring it back over and let's toss it into our cheese sauce. Alright. Now tell me that this does not look good. You can't do it. You can't tell me that. Oh my god. We're going to transfer this over to a baking dish with our oven preheated at 350. Put it in there for about 10-15 minutes until the cheese bubbles around the sides and the top has melted. Oh, transfer it over to our baking dish. Look at that. Get all this cheesy goodness in here. Alright, look at that. Let's thin this out a little bit. Make sure that we have a nice even layer. Grab our remaining cheese. Put it on top. Nice even layer. Woo! I say nice even layer, but I don't know if I can do it. Okay. There we go. Okay. Now it's time to transfer this into the oven. If you come over here, you can see it right there. Oh, 10-15 minutes, we'll be eating. As you can hear, it's about done. Let's open this up. Oh my goodness. If you could see this up close. Can you zoom into that? Alright. Okay. Let's get this out. If you can see right here, bubbling along the sides. That's what we want. That was 10 minutes. Let's grab it from the side. Let's scoop up a little bit. Oh, look at that cheese. Okay, I'm gonna grab a fork. Oh yeah. Hot? We're good. Whew. My name's Eric. This has been Cooking with Curly. Make sure to subscribe, rate, comment, and I'll see you next time.